I walked over there to the gas pumps and was standing next.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm following you now.
Okay.
All right.
And, I was going to go in after that. Like I said, I was killing two birds with one stone here. And so I was just going to film the stop, and if he had never said anything like he should have, then they would have left, and I would have left, and then it would have all been over like it should. But then he took it down that direction and went in, came back out and said, "You have to leave, you're loitering." And I'm like, and then it went from there, where he went in to ask me to leave because he didn't like that I was there on their property filming them. So that was the way to get rid of me. And what a breach of trust that is.
Do you know if the person that he spoke to inside the business was the same person that you spoke to?
There's no way for me to know. I could not see. But it would be wonderful if you looked at his body camera and see what he said to the person inside. Because I walked in, and I don't think I ended up purchasing anything at that point because my nerves were tore up. I mean, the adrenaline, the upset. It might be just part of an officer's job to stand there and do that, but it's very stressful when you're on the other end of it. And so I just walked in and said, "Hey." Huh?
What name did you say you were?
Reba. You can call me Reba, yeah.
Okay. That's your name or not?
It is not my name, but I go by Reba.
Okay, I got you. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Now, you can ask me anything and I'll tell you if I know the answer to it.
Okay.
May I ask you something?
I can't promise I'll answer it, but sure you can ask me anything. Yeah.
I just want you to keep an open mind.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm fine with it, but understand I might not answer specific questions.
Okay, will you tell me if you won't answer it then? That way I'm not sitting here hanging.
Yes, I will tell you that I prefer not answer that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have you, obviously you know what goes on in the United States for good reasons and for bad reasons about how police officers are disliked.
Yes, I do.
For good reasons and bad reasons.
Yeah.
In any profession, there's not 100% of people all good.
I agree.
In any profession.
Yes.
And one bad apple, that old saying, can ruin the rest of them.
Right.
Even though the rest of them are not bad.
Yes.
With all the officer safety concerns, because of all that hatred going around and stuff like that, it's all over the media. Have you ever thought about what it's like in an officer's shoes when somebody comes up on a traffic stop?
Completely.
Safety-wise.
Definitely.
Safety-wise, if I were to stop somebody, and granted I'm in the office more than anything now, but if I were to stop somebody and somebody walks up on me, I've got to go have that through my mind. First of all, my safety on that traffic stop, because I don't know who it is that I've stopped, what they've done right before I stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
If they've committed some heinous crime, or if it's just somebody going to church on a Sunday morning. I don't know that. I have to decipher that really quick.
Yes.
And be on guard constantly. So while I'm on that traffic stop, someone walks up on me. Now, I have no idea, not knowing who's in the car I've stopped, if they're connected to the people or to the person that's walked up behind me or beside me, in front of me, wherever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're connected. I don't know if, let's say worst case scenario, there's drugs or something like that in the car.
Right.
And the person that walked up and the people in the car have a common interest in it. They don't want to get caught with it. So that is a distraction that comes up to me, distracting what the driver or the occupants of the car may be doing or anything else. So I've got to worry about multiple places instead of just what's inside the car.
Yes.
I know any police officer is going to get, for lack of better words, their hackles raised because, they're going to be a little more on guard because somebody's walking up. Now they've got to, be aware of two different things.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know you. If you walked up on me, I wouldn't know you.
Right.
I don't know what your intent is. I may see that you've got a phone in your hand. Okay, you're videoing fine. Hope you get my best side.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want you to come up on the car, you know what I'm saying, and put yourself in that inside that zone to where I'm trying to conduct the traffic stop safely for me and the occupants in the car.
Right.
I'm just trying to get an idea of, how this could have been raised or anything like that as far as the issues that you've mentioned. Just kind of wanting you to kind of get a feel. I guess that wasn't a question or anything like that.
No, it is. It's a sense of do I have an understanding or empathy for the mental job that an officer has, and I do, and I feel like me being obvious, me slow walking. He saw me before the traffic stop. His experience with me on the first traffic stop was all I did was stand on the sidewalk and film, and then when it was over, everybody left. Later, I'm standing 50 feet away, just taking pictures, and this isn't new. Filming police officers is like saying, well, in this day and age, we have to...
Any kind of social media, it's not new.
Right, exactly. I mean, it should not have been a surprise that someone is taking pictures of police officers anymore, ever. And that takes away we have to be careful, because my demeanor was standing far back. He asked me to step back. I did. He even admitted I did, and he said thank you because I was respectful to him. On the second traffic stop, Officer Brown. He admitted it on the second stop. When we discussed the first stop, I said, and I moved back. He said, yes, and thank you for that. And I said, see, I was respecting you because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. That's not my intention. My intention is to audit and to use my First Amendment right to hold public servants accountable and to see how they're behaving. And yeah, there's a bad apple here that gives, And to me, I did not provoke him looking like one. To me, he shone like a rocket going through the air. And one thing I said to him at the end, it's so scary because how he acted, knowing he was on camera. He asked me about, do you have a YouTube channel? He did all of that on camera, knowing everyone in the world might see this, knowing it. And I said, how do you act when you know you're not on camera? That scares me to death. It makes us not trust officers. Huh?
I'm not following you on that.
When he knows that this might go on social media, he knows that it's going to affect how people see police officers when they interact with the public. And I thought he did a failing job with the way he handled it. Huh?
You think he acted differently knowing that he's on camera?
I thought he acted better than he would have if he wasn't. That's what scared me.
Maybe that's not what I'm following. How
okay, if he knew he wasn't being filmed, what would he have done then? Gone on and towed my car? I mean, who knows what he could have come up with? I don't know. But he did that knowing that the world might be watching. He still acted like that unprofessional, that vindictive, in my opinion. That's how it felt to me.
This day and age, there's cameras everywhere, including the store, all around the store.
Exactly.
And stuff like that, where you guys are at. So
right.
It's almost impossible to go anywhere where there's not a camera. So the officers are going to, they're expecting there's a camera everywhere, whether it be someone like yourself filming.
Right.
Or on the building.
They were all wearing cameras.
Or their own body cameras.
That's right. So what was the point in harassing me? I mean, the whole thing is, I have to believe that you've seen the video. Look at it.
I have seen that one you're talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Standing 50 feet away, and it hit the way he escalated it. Going in, trying to initiate a trespass. First, I wasn't loitering. He didn't need to go in and try to criminalize what I was doing to get rid of me, when it was a First Amendment act I was doing. To me, he doesn't have the right. Like I said, might not be criminal. He didn't try to knock the camera out of my hand or anything like that, so he didn't violate my right, but he worked every angle he could to try to control me in the situation under the color of law. And it's a betrayal of trust. The betrayal of trust in the officers and the trying to build a bridge between the community and police officers now, to me, that made a larger wedge. And I don't understand. I don't.
Okay. Let's continue to build this bridge. I've seen your side. I've watched the video.
Okay.
I've heard your side right now. As far as speaking to him about it, I've spoke to him briefly about it, and to be honest with you, I've not spoke to him in detail, especially not as much detail as you're giving me right now.
Okay.
Again, I'm just trying to fill out both sides, see both sides of this that's going on.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Well, I mean, I'm unbiased in this. I mean, you know, if there's a problem, then we're going to fix it. If, you know, whichever side it is. Losing my train of thought here. But if, again, seeing it from his view, or any officer, if it was me, any officer's view, this is the second time that day that the same person had showed up to video.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of explained, I felt pretty good. If there's any questions you have about it, please ask. About how much, you know, there's going on with the officer that's on a traffic stop on the first one where you showed up at.
Yeah.
And, you know, safety concerns and not knowing you, not knowing the people in the car, anything like that, if there's a connection. And then, okay, you said an hour, 2 hours later, whatever, the same person shows up again to another one. You know, yeah, it's anybody's right to video. There's no, to me, there's no beef with that until it starts interfering with a traffic stop.
Right.
And, you know, I guess, you know, my concerns would be, okay, this is the second time this person, are they following me? Are they harassing me as a police officer?
Right. Okay.
You know, yes, it's their right, it's anybody's right to video, but this same person following me around, are they tracking to see where I'm making stops or where I'm going? Whether it be good intentions or bad intentions, you know, because I don't know, because I don't know this person that's filming me.
Right.
So, you know, to continue to build that bridge, both sides have to see both sides. He has to see, okay, whether he knows it or not, then that it's okay to film, or for somebody to film. The person filming has to see the side of, yeah, it's okay for me to film, but I've got to stay out of the way.
Yes. Yes. I see, and I think where all of that had been different had he asked. And I kept telling him that. Anyone who asked me, I've had so many interactions with officers. What are you doing? I'm just filming, you know, the area. I'm watching your traffic stop, or I'm just filming this government building. And I will explain that this is a First Amendment right to record in public, and that's the goal. And he did not say a word. Instead, it was his instinct to take the route of being deceitful about it, in my opinion. When if he had asked me, I think I could have explained it, and I think he would have understood what I was doing. He still might not would have liked it, but I would have explained it just like I did.
Of course not. You know, it's just the thought of having somebody filming you and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah.
How would you feel? How would you feel if somebody, honestly, you don't have to answer, just think about it in your head. If somebody is following you around and filming the things that you do on a daily basis.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree, but I don't know of too many places that people work at